So continuing to think about the CEO's quandary around selecting their top team, how big it needs to be, who needs to be in it, and how we're going to move forward. Thinking about this well in advance of the deal, understanding the end states we're putting in place and the synergies that go with that. Thinking about various different amalgamations across countries or divisions or business units we might make, and so therefore have fewer people. If we think about having 2 FDs and moving to 1, that's an obvious jump. But if we're talking about some of the other people might have client relationships where we want to hold on to those people for a certain period of time. And so we might have interim states where we jump after 6 months, a year, maybe even 60 days or 120 days, we move to various different interim states. And so this comes along with the understanding of how do we want to treat people. So my personal view is to be open and honest with people. And that's a discussion to be had that you as a management team should have and decide how you want to think and act. Certainly if changes are going to happen in 3 years' time, we need to wait and see what happens with the business over that period of time to see if our plans stay in place exactly as we thought. But certainly understanding what the current state is, what our interim states are, how long it's going to take to put those in place, and when they're going to be delivered is really useful stuff, firstly for our valuation, and secondly for actually starting to plan those and deliver those, and think about the pros and cons of exiting people on day one, getting to a clean organisation very quickly, or potentially losing knowledge and capability and client contacts. So thinking about the people and the roles they do and what they do is particularly helpful. So we've thought about the organisational chart with empty boxes, salaries, all sorts of different things. We now need to take into account the actual people, their experience, who gets on with who and how it works. And certainly, is there any history or something that's happened in the past where we need to investigate and find out what's been going on, the people doing things that are interesting or unusual, and how will we find out about those pre-deal, or do those need to change and be affected post-deal? We might also start to think about how we're going to cost and deliver the interim states and how we're going to remove people, remembering that leaving people in place for a long period of time when it's reasonably obvious to them and us that they'll be leaving can cause all sorts of problems. Remember, we've got survivor syndrome, so we need to think about and plan that. But really, my personal view is to be decisive. If we know that what we're going to do, I would prefer to do that more rapidly. Firstly, it's better for our synergies, and secondly, it's better for the people that are leaving and exiting, and also the people that are staying. So have a think about when we need to remove people. Many managers and CEOs, I won't use the word dither, but are slow to remove people on the basis of they can't be 100% sure that that's the right action. Well, I think when we're 80, 90% sure, maybe even 70% sure, we need to act and move. If we're not sure that we're going to remove someone, that's fine, leave them in place. But if it's reasonably obvious to them, then they're just going to be sitting there and potentially be disruptive to the organisation, be negative, wander around questioning. They're going to work to rule, they're going to be looking for jobs elsewhere and just cause problems anyway. So if the belief is someone will leave or need to be exited, let's organise that. Hi, I'm Danny Davis. I've helped plan and deliver the European side of a $6 billion deal. We had 30 work streams across 30 countries and 4 global business units. I wrote the book M&A Integration, How to Do It. You can buy it on Amazon, and I've been a guest speaker at London Business School for more than 2 decades on the topic of M&A integration. Give me a call, send me an email, always happy to chat.